Hi, this is Aziz Khan, and in this video, we will work on the last thing that is required before we dive into the actual planning scenarios. So, we have to configure one last thing. We have already configured antenna data file index and radio data file index. Now we need to configure the frequency plans, because when we make a link, then we have to provide a frequency also, and that frequency is used in making the interference analysis as well. The frequency plan window is very simple. It's quite similar to what we used to have in Pathloss-5 as well. Let me make it new so that it's empty now. And here also I will suggest you to keep it as bare minimum as possible. I know it cannot be keep at a very minimum level, because in a big network you may have a lot of frequency channels which may be subgrouped as well, subdivided in smaller channels or bigger channels. So let's first see that how we can make a channel. Just assume that okay, so assume that we have to plan a network, and we have been provided with some data that okay, we have to plan this network in 7 gigahertz, for example, and in 7 gigahertz we have a channel of, you can say that we have 5 channels, and starting from 7,000 megahertz. So if we have been provided a similar kind of data, and we know that or we have been provided with the uh, frequency shifter, because in transmission, when we use a channel, this channel is basically bidirectional. One frequency is sent from one side, and a different frequency is sent from the other side, because same frequency will have a lot of interference. So there's a difference between the high frequency, because if the frequencies are different, so logically one frequency should be higher than the other frequency, or one frequency should be lower, because they are not the same. So if one is, for example, 7,000 megahertz, the other may be, for example, 8,000 megahertz. So there should be a shifter frequency between them. So one side of the antenna is transmitting on one frequency, and it is receiving on a shifted frequency. Like for example, if it is transmitting on 7,000 and it is receiving on 8,000. If we have these kind of numbers provided, then it's very simple for us. We can make it. Okay, so if we have all the info, so let's start by making the channels. Please note that it will take the high channel first. So if we give it a channel frequency and a shifter, then the channel frequency will go to the higher channel. So we have to keep this in mind. Let me give it a name of wireless operator 1. We are making 5 channels. Channel bandwidth is 28. Spacing is 1000, and higher channel is 8000, so it is 8 giga. So you see here it makes a beautiful lookup table for us. Our channel 1 in 8G is on 8000, and the lower frequency is on 7000. So after 28 megahertz we have the other channel, and then so on and so forth. So now assume that for the same operator, wireless operator 1, we have another channel of same 14, for example now 1200, and this is, I'm just assuming this is 23 gigahertz. So I will give it a name of 23G. Okay, these are full, I cannot give it another. So 23 is also fine, 23, and or we can, so you see here, this one, I give it a name of 23. So the 23 was the high frequency, and it added 28 megahertz in it, and it removes 1200 megahertz to make the lower channel. So in the same way, you can add any, I mean, you can make your own lookup table and then you can save it as well. So when you will ask to save it, you need to save it in where you are putting all your previous things so that you don't need to find it from here. So I will put it in the configuration and in frequency, and it should be wireless operator number one. I will save it so it will be saved. For example, if I already had made some previous one, then I can import as well. So in the same way, I can use the file that I made and I can give it to someone else and he can also use it. So if you see here, this I had made previously, it's a, but this does not have a number with it. So that's why it's, you can say that it is not distinguishable. Like I have already made someone something with the name of 8000. So for example, if we are in a similar situation and we have a few channels, we can edit them as well. We can edit the channel ID. I can give it a name of 7 and keep it same. So now you can see that the channel ID has become different. So in this way, because having a different channel IDs gives you two kind of advantages. First is that using a channel becomes quite easy. I mean, some if you have a, if you have a channel scheme and the channels are based on some exact names, or you have provided some kind of like you have put the channel names in some specific way, then you can just call the channels with the channel name. Otherwise you will have to tell a bit more of the detail, that what should be the start frequency, what should be the size of the channel, and these kind of things. So I personally think that giving a channel ID to a channel is much better than our normal using of a channel. So if we import some channel and we are having an issue, then we can edit that channel as well. So in this way we will have a distinction between this channel and the above channel. Using this channel naming, you can even put, so basically if we have already made some channels and we want to import here, then we can check those files. Like for example, this channel is in a file here. So what I can do is that I can, like if I go to the this file, so I, as I saw that there's a issue in the file, so I can change it here and then I can re-import it with those changes, or I can change it here as I show you, that we can edit each one separately. So it's as per your ease, I mean how easy it looks to you. But whatever channel you made, then you can add those channels to your main list, and then we will be because if you see that these plus 1 high or plus 2 high, these are not usable right now because we have not opened anything. There's no link at the back of it. We are just looking in this thing. So basically when you are coming from a link, then when you select a channel, then at that time you can uh, see that okay, in what frequency I will on which side channel, which side should be higher for this channel. I feel that it may be a bit confusing right now, but when we will start building on this all information, then it will be more easy and more clear to you. So in this video we just learned that if we have to work on a link, then we need to configure the antenna file, the equipment file, and the frequency lookup table so that we can assign the frequencies easily. So I hope that you should be good with it, and let's meet in the next video where we will start the actual equipment configuration or actual link planning. Then we will go in the more nitty-gritty of whatever we have learned. There are some things that I know that, for example, some topic are missing here, some topic I have not fully showed you in these next menu items. So as far I have made this lesson, so I am going through a kind of step-by-step things that we installed the tool and then we have configured the tool, and now we will start actually using the tool. So in the next video we will plan our first link. So let's meet in the next video. So I hope you should have liked this video. So to make the reach of this video to go further and reach more and more people, please like, subscribe and share this channel with your friends so that they can also learn Pathloss. See you. Goodbye.